Hi and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I am Rachel Thompson Phillips, the creator of the BEYOU Oracle cards, which will be the cards that I use to do this week's energy forecast, along with the creator of the Intuition Alignment course. And I am also a speaker, a coach, and do a lot of work on radio. So this week's energy forecast is for July the 30th through to August the 5th. So there is so much planetary action going on out there, and it is creating quite a lot of disturbance if you don't understand what's going on. So this week's energy forecast is about remembering to reclaim back who you are. So let's have a look and see how that unfolds. So Monday and Tuesday is about strength, and that's being at peace with who you are. Wednesday through till Friday is the soul card. So finding deep within your soul what you're passionate about and breathe life into that and allow that guidance of your soul to help you. Saturday and Sunday is about uniqueness. So let's go in and get even more clarity around how to be able to reclaim back your own self. With all this planetary action that is going on out there, what it is doing is that your soul is shaking everything up to awaken you to be able to go back in and do some soul searching to clear away all of the crap that's coming up. Now you'll know what that is, and you'll get very clear on that because you'll be having the same story or same situation just keep presenting itself, and it'll just keep popping up all the time over these last week or so. That's the soul's way of saying, hey, this is baggage you don't need. Let's clear this and let's get rid of it once and for all, because it's wreaking havoc in every part of your life and creating so much of a distortion within your energy frequency. So how about if I just keep sharing it with you and bringing it into your awareness, these areas that we need to be able to release, the more that you'll come to that place where you go, you know what, I've absolutely had enough and I am ready to let this all go once and for all. So that's the main reason why we get to these points where we actually feel like we're having a bit of a breakdown, but it's so that we can surrender and let go and finally choose to let go of those past pains that are holding us. And when we do all of that, we're going to move into this space where, as we start discovering more and more things about ourselves, and it's not so much more and more things about ourselves, they've always been there, but they've been clouded over by all of these past pains, our problems, our to-do lists, all the things that need to get done, being busy, you know, society and family expectations of who you should be have all clouded all of that beauty and magnificence that's within you. And as we clear and let these go, we start to get more glimmers and a stronger and deeper connection to being able to reclaim back ourselves. And when we do that, we move into the space of getting more and more confident, because we have confidence now because we actually start to know who you are at a core level, not who you think you should be or who you think you are with all of these pains and all of these problems, but who you really are at a core level. So that's why it's so vitally important to do the work to clear anything that is creating a distortion within your energy field. And as we do that, if we get little beautiful moments where we get almost like little snippets dropping into our consciousness, reminding us of those dreams. Now, most of the time, I really want to get very clear on this. Dreams are not about, you know, money, wealth, blah, blah, blah. They, don't get me wrong, they all definitely help. But it's about finding that thing that just sets your soul on fire. We spend a vast majority of our life at work. And if you're in a totally unfulfilling job, what happens is it shuts down. Our soul shuts down in order to be able to cope with having to spend 40, 50 hours plus doing something that we really don't like. And it's exhausting, and it has a very big impact on how we feel about ourselves. So this coming week, we're also going to be through from Wednesday through to Friday. We're going to get these beautiful little soft reminders of those promises and those dreams and that thing that you get to do that you're so deeply passionate about. And your soul is trying to remind you, as it's pushing up these things saying clear, clear, clear all of this, it's also bringing up beautiful reminders as a bit of a motivation to go, you know what, when you clear this, you're going to have more space for that. So your soul really is working very, very, overtime at this point to bring this kind of information through for you. But what happens is sometimes we just get caught up in all of the stuff that's happening, and we go back into those old patterns of behavior of suppressing and pushing things down, because it does become a sensory overload if you don't understand what the purpose is about what's going on with all of these. I'm sure we've got 5 planets in retrograde, and there's just so much planetary action going on. So if we're not sure how to be able to navigate through these times, it's very easy to go back into those places of hiding and suppressing and pushing things down. But the moment that we understand what the purpose is for and how we can move through this space, this becomes the game changer, because then we get a different perception on, now I understand why these are happening. So cool, no worries. So let's see how I can work with this. What is it bringing up for me? Do I want to hold on to it? How can I clear it? And then start really, really immersing all of your energy into these dreams and these things that are part of your purpose, that really set your soul on fire, that place where you show up, where you are so deeply passionate. And there is no part where you need to hide, because when you're so passionate, it's only your passion that needs to show up, because that's your energy. And when we get to spend more time doing things that we love, it never feels like hard work anyway. And all of this leads us to the weekend, where, as I said, it's about showing your passion. It's about showing up and being you, because this is the moment that you have been working towards your whole lifetime. You've been working so hard. You may not have understood that, but you've been working so hard to get to this point where you're about to go, you know what, F it all. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm going to do this. Why? Because it's so important to me. And it's not a matter of it coming from ego. It's not a matter of neglecting your commitments or your family or anything else. It's just a matter of being able to go and honor that this is me, and this is how I choose to have this experience in this lifetime, doing these things that I am so instinctually and naturally just so incredibly passionate about. And it allows me to be me in the most truest form, and you are so ready for this. So this week is so very, very cool. But it's also really important that you make sure that as we're doing all of this clearing work, all of this energy work, that we remember 3 things. And those 3 things are: remember to stay grounded. 2, make sure that you are doing plenty of self-care. Remember, self-care is not selfish, it is a priority. We need to learn to fill our own cup up before we give to others. And the 3rd is to make sure that you protect your energy, because you're going to become very sensitive. As we let things go, our energy becomes a lot more sensitive. So we tend to become... we can find that things that may have just a little bit bothered you before now becomes a little bit heightened, and it's just a matter of just learning to be able to negate around this new energy that is coming through for you, because you've cleared things away. So please make sure that you protect your energy, to make sure that, 1, you're not picking up other people's energy, and also just to be able to nourish yours as you're going through and doing so much transitional and transformative internal energetic work for your own self. So I really, really hope that this gives you some really great wonderful tools that you can take away to be able to now get a deeper understanding as to actually what's really going on for you in that moment, where you can sit back with your own self and your soul and you go, thank you so much for bringing these things to the surface, so we can engage in that gratitude to go, you know what, my soul is working overtime at the moment. It wants nothing but the greatest good for me. So do I want to get on board and do this journey together, where I let go of some of that internal conflict that usually goes on? Or do I want to just keep doing what I'm doing, because it can just seem a little bit daunting if we decide to be able to start making some different changes. But at the end of the day, we all have choices. That is what our human counterpart is all about, is that we have a choice of free will. So we are each and every person is entitled to be able to take from this experience and explore it and cope with it the best way that they can. So remember, try not to be judgmental as to how other people are dealing with it. If you find that it creates a distortion or a disturbance within how you are dealing with it, remember those 3 things: ground yourself, self-care, and protect your energy. And remember, each person is entitled to express themselves through this journey, whether they choose to jump on board and make the changes or whether they choose to just keep going along the way that they have. So have an incredibly wonderful week. If this feels like something that will resonate with someone that you know, please feel free to share it. And I just wanted to come in and share that between now and the new moon, I am doing a one-off offer, a one-off offer. That sounds very unusual. So I'm offering an opportunity to be able to work one-on-one with people for doing some energetic clearing sessions where we go in and actually clear away at a core level the distortions from those pain points and experiences that we've had in our life where we keep continuing to play them out. This is something that I am deeply passionate about because I feel like there are so many people that are at that break point, but they just don't know what to do to be able to get themselves over the line to finally have emotional freedom from those experiences that we've had. But they also are at that very, very clear, definitive point where they just they go to themselves, you know what, I am done with this. So how do I get rid of it? And I really want to be able to offer these sessions to people that, and I want to be very clear on this, I'm very serious about that this offer may not be for everyone, because this opportunity is for someone that is fully committed to be able to make those changes so that they can bring themselves back into alignment and finally let go of those limitations that have been blocking them from being able to live the life of their dreams. This session is $250. It is a one-on-one session with myself that is recorded so that you can continue to take this away. In the session, you will not only receive the healing, you'll receive some coaching and mentoring and providing you with tips on things that you can do to continue that healing process after the actual session that we've had. It will also give you an opportunity to be able to learn some action steps that you can help to be able to move yourself forward and look at how we can change those patterns of behaviors and embed some beautiful new beliefs into your energetic frequency. So therefore that becomes the energy that you're vibing out. And as we know, if we vibe the energy that we want, then we attract the beautiful things that we wish and deserve in our life. So as I said, this is something I'm very, very passionate about, and I don't want money to be the object for this session. So I have said to anyone that is interested, please get in contact with me on Facebook. I'll leave the link there and just send a message through for me, and I will find a way and I will create any payment plan if you are 100% committed to the session so that money doesn't become the objects that hold you back. So if that's something that is really at that point where you are really committed, then definitely find me on Facebook. As I said, I'll put the link below and send me a message saying I'm committed. And I will set a time to be able to jump on a call, make sure that this is a beautiful match, and then we'll book in the session. So please feel free to share this message around. It's something I'm so incredibly passionate about, is finally changing these energetic structures within ourselves so we actually feel that we are a match with our soul, so that we can show up and shine and be our truest forms and not have these limitations and blocks that keep jumping up and keep creating obstacles in our world. We'll finally clear them once and for all. So have an incredibly amazing week. I much love to each and every one of you. And remember, be gentle with yourself while you're going through so much internal work.